Hello everyone! Today we are going to talk about ratio and proportion. Let us define now what a ratio means. Ratio is a comparison of two quantities. Let us take the following examples. Let us compare the number of apples to mangoes. If there are 3 apples and 5 mangoes, we can say that 3 apples is to 5 mangoes. Other ways to express such comparison is by writing them using colon or writing them in fraction form. Therefore, comparing the number of apples to mangoes can be expressed in 3 ways. So here are word form, 3 is to 5, colon form, still it is read as 3 is to 5, and fraction form, 3 is to 5. In the ratio, 3 is to 5, 3, which is the first term, is called antecedent. And the second term, which is 5, is called consequent. Ratio must be expressed in simplest form, which means that the terms are relatively prime to each other. If there are 15 boys and 12 girls in a class, then the ratio of the boys to the girls is 15 to 12. And the ratio of the girls to the boys is 12 to 15. Take note that the order in which the ratio is expressed is important. Therefore, the order of the terms in a ratio must correspond to the order of objects being compared. So in the ratio, boys comes first to girls, thus the ratio is 15 to 12. Whereas in the second ratio, girls comes first to boys, thus 12 and 15 has interchanged, giving us a ratio of 12 to 15. In the ratio 15 to 12, the first term is 15 and the second term is 12. It may also be written as 15 to 12 or in fraction form 15 to 12 also. Even if the ratio is in fractional form, we say 15 to 12. Now, how are we going to simplify the ratio 15 to 12? Look at the numbers in the ratio. What one number can you divide both numbers by? The one number that you can divide on both is their GCF. That is, you have to get the common factors of the number. Then, divide it to both of them. Getting the common factor of 15 and 12, we have. And so, the GCF is equals to 3. Therefore, we divide both the numbers in the ratio by 3 to simplify the ratio. 15 divided by 3 equals 5 and 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So, we have 5 is to 4. Comparison of ratios may be part to whole, and whole to part. Let's take the example 18 boys and 15 girls in a class. In part to part, we can have there the number of boys to girls, which is 18 is to 15, or number of girls to boys, which is 15 is to 18. Remember to always simplify your answer if possible. So in the ratio, we can still simplify it by dividing it by its GCF, which is 3. So the simplified ratio now, using part to part, is 6 is to 5 for the number of boys to girls, and 5 is to 6 for the number of girls to boys. Let us have part to whole. We can have the number of boys to pupils or number of girls to pupils. How can we get the number of pupils? Simply add the total number of boys and girls. So, 18 plus 15 is equals to 33. Thus, the number of pupils is 33. Therefore, the ratio of boys to pupils is 18 is to 33 and the ratio of girls to pupils is 15 is to 33. Reducing the ratio to lowest term, we can get the final ratio which is 6 is to 11 and 5 is to 11 respectively. Now we go on to whole to part. We can have the number of pupils to the number of boys, which is 33 is to 18, and pupils to the number of girls, which is 33 is to 15. Reducing the ratio to lowest term, we can get the final ratio, which is 11 is to 6 and 11 is to 5 respectively. Now let's proceed further. As you can see, there are two ratios in the illustration. 3 is to 6 and then 1 is to 2. Now, are you wondering if the two ratios are equal? Yes, 3 is to 6 and 1 is to 2 are equal. Aside from illustration, we can also tell that the two ratios are equal by using the cross product method. So by cross product method, we simply cross multiply. 2 times 3 equals 6 and 6 times 1 equals also 6. As you can see, the cross products are equal. Since they are equal, they can become a proportion. What is then a proportion? A proportion is a statement that two ratios are equal. Here are the parts of the proportion. We have the first term, second term, third term, and fourth term. The first and the fourth term are called the extremes. The second term and the third term are called the means. By multiplying the extremes and the means, we can tell that the two ratios are equal. So if we multiply 3 and 2, we will get 6. Multiplying 6 and 1, we also get 6. So the product of the extremes and the means are really equal. So they are called a proportion. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.